All right. So, but you guys can't hear anything, I might as well drop all that shit. Because if you can't hear shit, there's no point in playing it. All right. What we got? Bad feedback. Yeah, I hear it, Bishop. I hear it. It's bad feedback as fuck. Can you guys hear me now? Cool. Gucci now. Yeah. So obviously it's an odd day for a stream, but tomorrow was Mother's Day, and I completely forgot about that shit. So I have to go see my mother tomorrow, and I can't do the stream on the road to go see her. I thought it'd be kind of fucked up, but seeing as how I'm in the shop today, figured I'd do it here. But with the technical difficulties, I might as well do the shit on the road. Might as well. Might as well because I forgot my actual streaming camera, so I'm not hooked into the computer. I'm using the camera on my phone, but not streaming solely from my phone. But as soon as I play the music off the computer, it starts giving fucking feedback. So bullshit today. So what's up, you guys? Like I was saying, this is, excuse me, not an apology stream, but maybe that works better. Let's see. See if that works better. Oh, still not gonna work. Too much echo. Anyway, thank you guys for showing up, all five of you. Today is an apology stream because I can't do a stream tomorrow. I was going to pre-record the stream because I don't know how many people are going live today, but I saw a break after news still finished, so I figured I'd jump in there, just slide in, say the little shit I got to say, and get out of here and do it live, so I don't have to worry about recording it and all the rest of that good shit, and then putting it up, and then you guys get disappointed when you come through, you see a stream pop up tomorrow, but it's not a live stream, it's a pre-recorded, and all you can do is fucking listen to it. So I thought this would be better. I had some good music picked out, but it's fucked up, it's not working correctly. So thank you guys for showing up. It's about 2 minutes till, and then I'm gonna get into some of this shit that I got on my mind and on this geekdom. So this is the Shop Talk Live. I'm Artisan MC, and this is my Sunday stream here for Saturday. And if you know what the shirt is, bonus points for you because I got to rock my Rashikage today because I'm feeling gangster and fucking ninja today. So feeling real ninja. So yeah, Grinch, you know I brought that Strag sauce. You brought the Strag sauce. Thank you, man. We need to spread that around the door so I can't hear nobody coming in here. So shout out to the bishop, the Bay Area bishop in here. Salute to my Bay Area brother. Shout out Bishop and shout out Grinch. I usually don't catch you on Saturday, but peace to the Grinch. I know you've been going live a lot more often because somebody had your mouth or your name in their mouth recently, which was, I heard about that shit. That's some bullshit. I'm gonna talk about that too. That should put that shit on my list. I forgot to put that on my list. AB Media, what's up to you? And everybody sitting on the cloud. Peace to y'all. So this is what's up for today. First thing I'll talk about is since Grinch is in here, he can actually speak on that shit. See, this is fucked up, man. I wanted all my good shit in here. I had my little lowrider gift ready so y'all can hear my little gangster low music. What the fuck? Got shit it out. Now I'm pissed off, man. Now I'm fucking heated now. Now I'm heated. So anyway, I'll get into this first part that was already bothering me for a little bit. And I heard about it. I got more detail on it Monday of this week. And it's about motherfuckers doxing in this space again. Now, I spoke on this on Art of Idmore stream, and me and AB and Art of Idmore, some folks actually heard me talking about this. Look, I don't agree with fucking doxers. What's good, Double C? I see you up in here. I don't agree with doxers. I cannot tolerate fucking doxers. That's no, that's a no bueno, a non-starter, no fucking way in hell. Now I heard about this because Artie Idmore came on. He did a stream to defend himself against what was said because it happened for some reason or another. It always seemed to happen on a Saturday on a Coliseum stream. Okay, whatever the fuck reason, call it Switzerland, call it the neutral zone, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's a safe space for motherfuckers to show their ass without getting a foot in it, apparently. Right. So Artie Idmore is telling me about how AM came on and was having a pleasant conversation until he got into it with Beasley. And apparently he wanted to know why everybody was there listening to some dude who had doxed him. Now, that's news to me because I had to go back and listen to the stream. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I'm listening to the stream later, hearing about it from Artie Idmore. And it turns out that Beasley had doxed both Angry Man and Grinch. Now, the fact that Beasley was upset about these two was not surprising to me because Angry Man and Grinch will push your motherfucking buttons. If you sensitive and you got that little cupcake button on you, they're going to flip that switch on you. Sooner or later, something is going to be said. I piss off 3 people a day, and 2 of them I don't even fucking know. I don't know them at all. What's up, Cool Rob? So the fact that Beasley was upset with Angry Man and Grinch is out of the ordinary. Now, I don't know what the fuck he said on this video. Truthfully, I'm not giving a like, a view to a doxing video whatsoever. I won't go and see that shit necessarily just to hear what is said. I don't support that shit. No kind of way. Now, if it's really egregious, I will listen to it so I have a context of exactly what is said. But here's the thing right now. We've gone through this stuff enough time in this sphere of doxing and motherfuckers doing that shit. I'm embarrassed that these motherfuckers keep coming from California who's doing this shit. I'm embarrassed. I'm from Cali. This is fucking dumb shit. You ain't supposed to roll like that. That's what I heard, Grinch. That's what I heard. I heard it was you and AM that got doxed on Beasley's video because I didn't see the video. Apparently, Art went back and watched it. Angry Man watched it, so I'm trusting those two. Now, if those two bullshit in line, it'd be news to fucking me. This would be the first time, and I'd judge accordingly. But I don't agree with doxing. I don't give a fuck what your online issue is, what you upset with somebody else about. I do not agree with doxing individuals from the internet, putting their personal information out there like that. That is not cool whatsoever. Right? Yeah, we don't exactly, Bishop. Bishop knows just like I do. We from the Bay. You don't roll like that. And one of these goofy bastards is from around here. Like, no, nigga, no. Look, if you got a problem with a motherfucker, you go find them. You can see them in these streets. You can find them somewhere and deal with it. You do not get online, have an argument, dispute, hostile words, whatever the fuck you do, because that's halfway silly anyway. But then because you can't win that argument, start throwing their own personal information out there on the internet. Now, not because everybody is some punk or some bitch or nothing like that, but it's too many crazy motherfuckers on the internet for you to be throwing people's personal information out there. You don't know where it goes. You don't know who getting that shit. If before the internet was popular, all these female stars could have male stalkers sneaking in their houses and jerking off on their fucking couches because they found their information, what the hell do you think is going to happen nowadays with the internet? That's dumb. You don't do nothing like that. Just like you wouldn't want somebody throwing your information out there and having some stranger show up at your fucking house. Nobody else appreciates that either, especially not on no internet argument bullshit. That's just fucking childish and dumb to me. I don't know about it either, Grinch. Yeah, that shit. They ain't tell me. They didn't tell you, Grinch. It's probably better that you don't know. I'm sorry I brought it to you. I don't want to be the one to say. I'm just responding to what I fucking heard and just planting the flag, because after Art's stream, I talked to Art and the brothers that was on there about it. I emailed AM and told him, like, man, what the fuck? Why do these motherfuckers keep trying to do this to you? Every time a motherfucker go at AM and can't get him in a fucking debate or argument, they want to try to dox his ass. Like, what are you fucking thinking? It's like the dumbest thing in the goddamn world. Now, to me, it's just as dumb as some chick mouthing off to a dude, but then talking about how she's gonna get her brother and her cousin to come whoop his ass. Obviously, you don't care about their life. Obviously, because you talk them up into some shit that can get them fucked up. I don't agree with that shit. It doesn't roll with me. So doxing, if you feel like you have to go to the extent of looking up this person's personal information, you're already going too goddamn far. If you took that step, got that information, and then decided to put it out over the internet, you have already gone way too fucking far. And if you don't think so, go ahead and ask your local officer of the goddamn law that's in this space, and he can tell you how many federal charges your ass is going to get for throwing somebody's personal information out over the fucking internet. You moron. This is like too fucking childish for grown men to be engaged in whatsoever. There is no beef argument big enough on the fucking internet for you to be doing some shit like that. That is fucking childish as all hell, and I can't have no parts of that shit. I'm grown. I got grown kids. The youngest person in my family that I'm gonna deal with is my granddaughter, and I don't expect her to be doing no dumb shit like that. That's fucking retarded, dude. I can't fuck with people like that. I can't deal with the shit. So while Beasley might be funny, he may be a funny dude sometimes, he know a lot of shit, I cannot fuck with you doing shit like that. I can't. It don't matter if AM did it to him. I wouldn't be able to fuck with Angry Man after that. I was like, dude, what the fuck? This is everything you against. Why would you do that to him? But that's not what happened. So just for the doxing part, I can't be down with that shit whatsoever. Look, if you really got a problem, you can name a date and a time and let that motherfucker meet you out there. Y'all can square up and handle it however the fuck you want to, and that'll be all well and good. You're both grown men with enough money in your pockets. You can settle that the old-fashioned way, right? This doxing over the internet is not the move. That is some bullshit, bitch shit. Don't mind me looking because I'm in the shop, obviously, so I got seeing who's actually coming through the door, what customers are actually coming through. So for me on that doxing shit, look, I have no love for that shit. The one motherfucker that's out here that was responsible for doxing both of my fucking mentors in this space, I wanted to fucking do something too, but I can't be involved like that because that gets me in the same realm of doing the same dumb shit this goofy bastard is doing. Like, look, it'll happen. I do believe in karma, and karma doesn't lose an address, and that bitch is always in heat. So it'll come. I just have to wait for it. Like Sun Tzu said, if you stand by the stream long enough, the body of your enemy will come floating by. You ain't got to do it. It's already out there. They already fucked themselves, so don't worry about it. That's it on that part. Now, on this geek shit, on this YouTube stuff, on this life stuff, the doxing is part of the YouTube stuff, okay? That's what it is. So because we're already on the YouTube stuff, I'll already go to it because one of these motherfuckers is bouncing between both worlds right now, between the YouTube and the real life. And Bishop, only cowards have to dox people because they can't use their word. Yeah. What all these liberal feminists tell you, use your words. Use your words. Use your fucking words. You're supposed to be grown. If you can't beat a motherfucking argument like that, then see if you can handle them with the hands. But like I said, that's going to be a date and time to be to be discussed. You're always in these spaces. It should be easy. So until then, eat shit. Can't beat them in an argument. What else you going to do? That's just what's going to have to be done. So at this point, it is an off day, but like, share, subscribe, support the stream because we don't run on hopes and dreams. Runs on green. And Bishop said, "Oh God, that's the first time they were right." Yeah, that's the first and probably the last time they ever go right, Bishop. Use your words. It's the internet, bitch. Oh my God. That's why I don't understand all the argument and fussing and shit over the internet. You ain't close enough to do nothing to these motherfuckers. And if you are, why ain't you going out there handling it? Look, I had this discussion today with my lady talking about her and her damn son. She was telling him about What's no good? No guns, no knives, no swords, no hammers. I'm like, that's all fucking ridiculous. I said, you're gonna make that little boy into a fucking cream puff, and somebody who does believe in all that shit is gonna beat his motherfucking ass. That's stupid. You're setting him up to get fucked up. She don't see it that way. I said, that's the problem with single women trying to raise boys. You set them up to do some dumb shit later on in life that's gonna get them fucked up. Doxing is part of that. Because men already know you handle it face to face. This doxing shit is for the bird. If I know where you live, I can just show up and we can square it away right there. Lose or win, at least you know. Look, at least you know both of you got your point across. Might not lose your life, but it depends on how you come to that motherfucker. Because trust and believe, anybody show up on your porch that was unannounced and you didn't invite, asking for a whole hell of a lot of fucked up consequences. Just saying. What's up, Malika? Peace to the family, good brother R. Yeah, it's an early party, Malika, so you all right. You good. It's real early. I got to do the Mother's Day thing with my mother tomorrow for brunch. Of course, nobody discussed it with me about doing a Sunday brunch at 11:30 when I do a show at 11. And where the brunch is an hour and a goddamn half away. I'm waking up for my stream. I ain't waking up to go eat brunch with a bunch of silly ass old chicks. Come on, man. I'm not even interested. The only reason I'm going is because my mother asked me and she's a little bit further away now. That's it. If it wasn't her, I wouldn't be there. I'd be on the stream with you guys tomorrow in my house doing what I do. But I'm making some concessions this year and this year only. Next year is going to be a different story. So what's next on the plate? This next little bit of bullshit that I see is what's been going around the last couple of days is the shit with Umar. Now, Umar hit on two levels with this shit for me this week, okay? One level is I got the email from BGS showing me the stuff that Umar said earlier in this week. And I read it, I looked at it, and I sent him back the responses like, fuck Umar. Flat out, fuck Umar. Now, I'm not no huge content creator in this space. I mean, some of you might not even consider what I do as being fucking content. But be that as it may, I'm in this space. I'm a fan, I'm a subscriber, I'm a supporter of this space, and I spend my time in this space. I actually have told you guys on numerous occasions, camera look like it's falling, I actually love this space and love the ability of Black men to come together and speak on the issues that they have, that you will find out if you talk and you're here long enough, that it's not an isolated incident. It's not something isolated just to you. There are Black men all over this fucking country dealing with the same bullshit, getting the same crap. So you should actually band together, figure out some strategies to offset this shit and work accordingly, okay? That's what I love this space for, because we can share knowledge like that. Now, this motherfucker, I thought he disappeared personally. I thought the school had never been built. It was never open, and he was done for. Hadn't seen him in a minute. And all of a sudden, he popped up with the Bart Simpson, like we back in the goddamn 90s, talking about, you know, the Manosphere, Kevin, and all the rest of this shit. I'm like, what you taking shots at us for? Fuck you. Who want to hear that shit? I want my $5 back. You know, fuck you. I used to like Umar. I knew he was on some bullshit because it was all about pimping and using the silver tongue at the ladies. Okay, never doubted it. Always understood it. From seeing him speak to watching videos of him speaking and the women in the audience, from watching women in the audience trying to figure out a way to get at him. It was like they was getting some titillation out the shit. Like it was making a coochie wet to stand up there and argue with some man. And that's what it was, because you hear about the scandals that came out about him, he's fucking with these chicks. So, not surprising. Ungawa, Black Power, I get in those pants by the hour. Okay, whatever the fuck. That's what he did. He said he wanted to do something good for the boys, make this school for these Black children. I agreed, sent him a couple bucks, never gave a fuck about it after that. Right? If he made the school, if he didn't, I don't know. Now, just last week, I see this motherfucker on the Breakfast Club again. Like he showed up. He just materialized out of nothingness and came back. Bart Simpson and all. I'm like, oh, he's back. And I listened to him talking, and I'm like, saying some good shit. You pointing out some shit about this whole politics thing and about how, you know, everybody thought Donald Trump was racism and forgot racism is a system. And you got new president and vice president now. What they doing about that shit? Are they actually doing anything yet? No. Have they promised you anything? Have they delivered on any of those promises they said? No. But you know who got it first? Your alphabet community and your Asians. They took your spot again. Somebody slid up there and took your shit again, right? Okay, I agree with him on that shit. You look dumb as fuck. Dumb as fuck. Told y'all, I'd vote for my daughter. I didn't vote for them motherfuckers. Did not. And one of them was supposed to be from my state. Fuck her. Didn't like her while she was here. I wouldn't promote her to shit. She couldn't be vice president of a PTA bake sale for me. No, bitch. No. Yeah, the Bart Simpson. That's exactly what he came back. Come on, Bishop. You know, look at that shit. That's some 90s shit. You about as old as me. That's some, you know, Gumby haircut, kid and play, jumping in the house party, and Pop's coming to beat his ass to get him out the house with Bart Simpson. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't either, Bishop. So here he goes in, and I find out that he has said something about the manosphere. Now, why is he saying something about the manosphere, or whatever the fuck we call it now? Because I just call it the sphere. Fuck it. That keeps me from fussing with whoever decided they didn't want to name it that this week. Okay. Yeah, Bishop, you know it does. I wish I had a picture of Bart Simpson up here because I'd start fucking clowning and just paint him black. You remember them old t-shirts? Look like Bart Simpson right now, that bullshit. So he comes out, he wants to say something about Kevin and the manosphere. Now, what is this shit about to me? To me, yeah, PTA bake sale. No, ma'am. We ain't having no couscous cupcakes. Fuck all that shit. Okay. His ass coming out and saying something about the manosphere first. I'll deal with that. This motherfucker must feel like his pockets are light. Like he's some old fighter. He got his ass whooped in his last big fight. He went away for a little while, and now he got to come back and climb up the ranks to see who on top. Bishop, you stupid as shit. I had one too, that black Bart Simpson shirt. Who knew Dr. Umar was sitting there pressing them motherfuckers to his face? It wasn't a nice screen print. Anyway, I feel like he's coming back because he feels like his pockets are light and he's irrelevant. And he has to find a way to get at what is relevant right now. Because Kevin Samuels has blown up with mainstream and people actually can say his name and know his name and find him on YouTube and find everybody else on YouTube and what section he was in and all the rest of that dumb shit. This is what he decides he wants to go after. This is his calls to bat because we all know he in the pocket, or excuse me, I should say the panties of the black women. He in their panties. And that's where they hide their hearts and their wallets. So he need to fight for his piece of the pie, so to speak. Oh, that was a good pun for me. Umar needs to stay in his pro-whack lane and stop trying to make his bullshit about us and continue to pander to the BWs for some coochie coupons. He's a fat version of Derek Jackson. Well, here's the funny part about that shit, Malika. Soon as Kevin, or excuse me, not even Kevin, but as soon as Derek Jackson fucking imploded, right, with Kevin on the rise, Derek Jackson imploded. Who came out the woodwork next? Fucking Umar. Because he got the other panties. He got the pro-black panties. And Derek just had everybody else panties. Told y'all before, I had my ex-girlfriend, one of my exes, the Latina, who was all into Derek Jackson. I had to look at her like, bitch, what is wrong with you? Oh, no, we can't be using that shit over here. Forget that. He full of shit. Tiger. What's up, Tiger? Uppercut. must be a Yay area joke. PGS ain't no Yay area joke. You never saw those screen printed black Bart Simpson shirts? That's 90s old school. I thought they was everywhere. It might have just been in the Bay Area because motherfuckers hustle out here. They'll sell anything they can. Screen prints is cheap. All you got to do is go to any A's game, any Warriors game, and there's a brother standing over there somewhere selling screen printed T-shirts he just made. Motherfuckers might still be wet right in Oakland. They hustle. Got to. So him coming back, I see it as him trying to make himself relevant again and figure he's taking off the top dog. And the only thing he came out and said was that the people in the Mounds field was all blue pill, like he would know the difference between a red or a blue, and that we were irrelevant and Kevin was talking down about these women. Now, as far as I know, I've been in this sector of YouTube for about 6 goddamn years. And Umar ain't said shit in 6 goddamn years. And trust me, people have gone in on the shit he talked about. I know AM and gone in on his ass a few goddamn times. He ain't never said shit. Never said nothing. We was, below his radar or concerned. Now he concerned. Man, if you don't shut up, look, I have respect for Umar because he is a black psychologist and there's very few black male psychologists. There's not a lot of them, period. I give him respect for what he's doing, at least try to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's really trying to create this school for these children so these boys can actually get some good teaching. I can support that and get behind that. But I don't like the pandering to fucking women and not holding them accountable. I do not. I'm raised in this world just like everybody else is, and I understand there should be accountability held on both sides. Males hold some accountability, women hold some accountability. And women's accountability is not about trying to hold males accountable for the shit they're responsible. That's not how this shit works, okay? You're accountable for what you do. He's accountable for what he does. Only. Not what you want to blame him for, not what you want to project onto him, what he actually fucking does. And if he ain't doing that shit, you need to hold the accountability to do it. What's up, Art Ibmore? Dope boy in the building. Where my dope boy at? Here we go. Dope boy in the building. Art beat brother. So I'm not really feeling Umar coming out and trying to attack the Moundsphere. Now, what he said was completely wrong and kind of off base, so that shit can just get ignored right off the bat. His other thing was coming at Kevin. Now, I'm not a proponent or defendant of fucking Kevin. He can talk for himself. I don't need to do that shit whatsoever. I don't. But if he wants to say that Kevin's show is in some way responsible for fucking up black women, I would argue to the contrary, because those women show up on that show every night willingly, on their own volition, talking out their own mouth about how they see the world and whatever. And all he doing is sitting there and having a goddamn conversation and asking them pointed questions that you can use on any woman today. Any woman today. Whether she'd answer them or not totally depends on if she feels some kind of way about you or you got some platform where she can get 15 minutes of fame. Then she might answer that shit. Because if you ever looked at his show recently, all them heifers come up there trying to be made up and looking for they close up Mr. DeMille. That's what they're there for. Little bit of ego stroke. And half of them always trying to pitch their own bullshit. Yes, I totally agree. And you should be like this. And you should be, bitch, please, you ain't doing that shit. That's why you up, all hours of the night trying to jump on the stream and looking like you about to rub one out after that. Don't tell me you up on the camera with your face all made up and makeup on and sitting there in the little rabbit down below just buzzing away. Get the fuck out of here. Half of them can't even get on the camera right. It's like, these bitches are stupid. I thought these was the intelligent ones, right? Most educated, or to Dr. Tiasan's point, most enrolled. What they graduating with? AAs? Jesus Christ. Look. Yeah, right. They call like a bunch of idiots. Bishop, if you was opening the show and telling men what they needed to do to get the women that they want, how many of them brothers you think will call up to you all out wrong? so you can tell them, get your ass to the gym. Start working out. Get your ass a better job so you can actually take care of a family. How many brothers you think gonna call up and listen to that shit from you? True or not? You can do that shit in the circle of men that you close with. You ain't doing that shit live. It ain't gonna be broadcast. You have a hard enough time in the Coliseum getting motherfuckers to admit when they logical points is off. You can't get that done there half the damn time because these motherfuckers just want to argue and bitch and complain. Like, dude, put a tampon on and suck it up. Jesus Christ. Get a support bra, whatever you need. Something. They can't do it. Now, you already know this, and it should be simple to fucking figure out. If any one of us in this space could have did the shit, is that women love fucking attention. They love attention, and they love being the star of the show and being put up there and letting people listen to the shit that comes out their mouth. Now, ain't all of them stupid. I agree. Not all women are fucking stupid. But a large percentage of them are. And those are the ones that seem to call up often. I watched this shit a couple times and figured it out that these motherfuckers is delusional. And I didn't need Kevin Show to know that shit. You know why? Because I'm a single dude out here who dates. These women are fucking delusional. But like I told you about why the spear is beneficial, I could have thought it was only me running across these motherfuckers. It could have just been me. I'm a kind of a geeky dude. I'm a carpenter. I can build stuff. So I'm an interesting little mix of personalities and shit. And the women I deal with always end up being a little bit of an interesting mix. But you attract what you reflect in some senses. Okay, I get some crazy bitches. I'm kind of calm. They like that calmness. They kind of crazy. Okay, deal with a little bit of that chaos. Shout out to The Cure. Okay, a little bit of chaos is okay, but you got to maintain that shit. Yeah, you like a fire, but you don't like a forest fire. You like a fireplace, stove, a candle. You know, it needs to be where it needs to be. You can't have this shit running wild everywhere. Okay, so a little bit of chaos is okay. Half of these motherfuckers is delusional as shit. And if you ever seen Kevin Show, that's what you can see. Delusional ass fucking women. And what you can see is from 20-something years old up to 52 years old, they still fucking delusional. All in the same range. All in the same range. That's the part that's depressing. Any dude watching this show, I heard AM saying it yesterday that a lot of dudes in this space watch it because it's their own sick perversion because they're still, in a sense, in red pill rage. I can see that with some dudes because Kevin is getting to talk to women that they don't get to talk to like that because they probably don't deal with women like that. They might not. But I tell you, a car wreck is entertaining to some people. A fist fight could be entertaining to some people. Everybody got their sick little things that they into. And maybe you do dress a chick down every day. Or maybe you work corporate and you don't get to dress bitches down like that every day. Or argue with them to that extent. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's good for you to see that somebody actually can do that shit. Because to AM's point, I would say, AM, we Gen Xers. And you have to realize this with the Gen X population. We are the last ones who remember that women didn't get to talk like this to men. We're the ones who remember that shit. That's why we all up in our 40s saying, oh, this is old shit. This is how you supposed to been talking to bitches. These motherfuckers behind us, this 30 and down group, they don't know that shit. They ain't been raised with that. Never. This is an oddity to them. Just the way AM could go at a chick is an oddity to them because they've never seen that shit before. Like, holy shit, he told mama to shut the fuck up. Yeah, because your mama needs to shut the fuck up sometimes. Now, there's nicer ways to say it. Yeah, you could tone police it and change it a little bit, but that ain't how we was raised. We Gen Xers. We understand that there was a shift. We saw it happen. We're in the shift. We are the shift. We saw the shit they tried to pour onto us and get us to do. And some of us resisted and some of us bent over and took it. Some of us come out of it, some of us don't. That's just how things work with human beings in general. Yeah, controlled chaos, double C. It is. That chaos is in the bedroom, that shit kind of work. But if you can control it to my bedroom, it works the best. You're gonna be out there in the streets with this shit, that's uncontrolled chaos. Like Grinch was saying, fucking renegades is no good. We can't do it with the fucking renegades. Yeah, see? Bishop is still young enough where he remember it too. Oh shit. I called out the cure. Hi girl, hi. What's up, Kendra? So understanding this shit, that Gen X are still the ones who remember that women didn't used to be able to talk to men this way. That's why we're the ones who will buck back the most. These younger generations don't know that shit at all. And for them, I would push back at AM a little bit. They need to see that shit. They do need to see that shit. Because just the same way I'm telling a woman right now, 36-year-old with a 4-year-old child, that you need to stop telling him this dumb shit because you're miseducating him. That little bastard in 10 years is going to be fucking delusional about how you deal with women. He's not going to have any clue. And who's going to be out there to tell him? Me? I'd be like, what, 58, 50-something years old? I might not be giving a fuck. Look, I'm like, ugh, figure it out for your fucking self. When I get up to BGS age, I really ain't going to be giving a shit. I'll be worried about what my granddaughter doing to this simp-ass fucking dude, because best believe, if he can't be no goddamn man, then look, you're going to have to stand up and find you a better one. And I don't limit the community. I don't. What's up, Aquateki? And what's up to the Crimson? I need something for Cure when she come through. She come through rare enough that I need like a special gift for her. Something to let her know, like, yeah, I saw you. I saw you in this motherfucker. You dropped out the clouds. Need like an angel gift or something like that. Nurse coming through with a needle. Hey, what's up, Aquateki? So Umar getting on Kevin about this shit is just Umar fighting for his piece of the pie. He worried somebody gonna take something from him. Crabs in a bucket, like most of you in this space have talked about. Crabs in a bucket syndrome all goddamn day. That's all it is. And he went after the one thing that would get his ass back up to the top of people paying attention to his ass. If he would have just came out quietly, that big ass thick book he gave DJ Envy and them, and was just peddling that shit, you would have saw him coming, right? No. He took shots at what he know is hitting right now to try to get them people back on his side, so then he can peddle them his book. Just give it away, motherfucker. You want the black community to be good? Just give it away. Give it away. You got money, right? You got a whole school. From what he was saying on the Breakfast Club thing, the school 3 weeks away from being open. Awesome. Love to see it. How about this? Why don't you have the boys' school in one and have the girls' school in the other? They can be across the street from each other. The boys will get the attention they need, I think. At least you know where all the single mothers are and you can find them easily. Numbers and access. So with that shit, with Umar, fuck him. I know what you're doing, dude. This is no different than being in the rap game and a motherfucker new coming out, and the first thing he want to do coming out with his first album is do a diss track against whoever is the hottest motherfucker around right now. And right now, in the public eye, Kevin is the hottest shit going in representing fucking YouTubers in the manosphere, or black men on YouTube. Hey, Marcus Brownlee, it's Kevin Samuels talking to a bunch of delusional shit. It is what it is. The algorithm chose, like DS1 said. The algorithm chose him. Chose your Lord and Master. Now, do I hate Kevin for what he do? Kevin do his business, just like anybody else do his fucking business. Do I have to approve of it? No. You know why? Because he ain't gonna ask me to do the shit. He don't need my permission to do whatever the fuck he gonna do. And if women want to flock there to give him money, and men want to flock there to watch women give him money and get dressed down, then that's just what the fuck it's gonna be. It's gonna be bread and circuses for all you limits. That's just what it's gonna be. Look, people throw their money in a whole bunch of places. I ain't one of them that get a bunch of it, because I don't do that kind of shit. So take the slings and arrows of what you get. Now, is it helping the space? It's helping Kevin, but every YouTuber on here has their own channel for a reason. Otherwise, we'd all be on each other's channels. So it's helping him. It's Helping the space, negligible. It's not about helping black men necessarily. It's about putting these broken ass women to fix themselves so they can actually deal with these men. I think that gets overlooked a lot. He's not telling them what to do to snatch a dude, telling them what to do or if you qualify or not to get these kind of dudes. But if these kind of dudes still want to deal with these kind of bitches, that's their fucking issue. Look, I don't dig police. If you want to fuck ratchets, get you a whole toolbox. I don't give a shit. It's your business. If you want to fuck good girls, then don't look for them in the church. Church is full of sinners. That's why we in the church, right? Ain't no perfect people in the gym. Ain't no perfect people in the church. Everybody working on something. So you pick the level of dysfunction you can fucking deal with and you roll from that. And if the person can work with you, good. If they have that femininity Kendra talks about, which Kendra, I would love to turn your channel on to more fucking females, but every time I put your ass on there and you talking that shit they need to hear, they get they fucking chesticles all up around their throat. She's just talking about being submissive. What's that submissive shit about? That submissive shit is what kept your daddy from marrying your mama and your grandmama, baby mamas. That got you in the same thing. Because y'all didn't want to submit to nobody but the police, I guess. So have at thee. Do what you do. Now, you get what you get. If you still pick one of these goofy ass chicks, you still pick them. That's your fucking choice. I'm all about people having choices and damn options. Even if the chick is dysfunctional. Even if she's dysfunctional. If you choose her, nigga. That's what you're going to deal with. You don't get to complain about it. Chick I'm messing with right now got some fucking issues. Think she don't? All of us got fucking issues. I'm choosing to deal with those issues, and you'll never hear me complain about it after that. Why? Because I chose to fuck with her. You dismiss the ability to complain when you choose that shit. If you got on a ride with a busted safety belt, it goes upside down and you fall the fuck out, you don't get to complain when you hit the ground like, oh, that ride was broken. You knew it when you got on it. You took your own risk. You took your chances. Those dice did not roll in your favor, obviously. So you take the consequences as well. Shout out to Filthy Phil from the Rich. Consequences is a motherfucker. But I always face them because I'm no sucker. It is what it is. You just gonna deal with it. Now, Kevin versus Umar shit, it's not really a fucking thing. I heard that Kevin said some shit about Umar, took a shot at Umar, and Umar said some shit back to him, and then tried to hit the manosphere as well. Look, he on a publicity drive, trying to get his name back out there in these streets, trying to get known. You know what it is. Stop paying attention like it means something. It don't. He's selling a book. He need more money for that school. How you gonna get it? Publicity. And you swing at the biggest dude that's getting the most publicity right now. You got a lot of tweets now. You got a lot of retweets and a lot of bubbling up and trending shit, right? Obviously, I had to spend my time speaking about the shit only because he attacked the space that I'm in that I know it's not about that shit. So I feel personally offended. So on that, fuck you for that, Umar. You was out of line. If anything, you need to be over here with the brothers, talking with us, and sharing and learning some shit that you can go back and share with your brigade of baby mamas and young boys. You should be turning the young boys on to listening to the space. Might make a change in one generation like BGS talk about. You might be a one generational change you could do. But you won't do that shit because you want their mamas and you want their mamas' money. And you're mad at Kevin getting some of it. It's a lot of women out here. Talk to them. Walk down the hill. You could probably fuck them all. People going, hold on, let's see what you say. People going these situationships with eyes wide shut. Yeah, I'm not. Eyes Wide Shut was a trippy movie, but I'm not trying to go into shit blind. There was a time that I was blind to this shit. I was. But I tell you, having that first kid by a ratchet will open your eyes to shit. It'll teach you a whole lot of shit about what you didn't think they would do or whatever. I don't put shit past women at all. Not anymore. I don't. The more she say I'd never, the more I say you'll do it tomorrow. You'd fucking do that shit. It's cool. It is what it is. Because I know everybody got a game. I just want them to be real and stop bullshitting about it. You want to get over and get the best deal for you. I get you, baby girl. I get you. I want the best deal for me too. So stop bullshitting me. You wasting time. I don't have a full 100 years of life left to live. I got however much time I got, and since I don't know how long it is, I ain't got time to waste for all this minutia. I don't. My conversations are short, and I get to the point for that very reason. I don't have a lot of time to waste. Get to the goddamn point. You want to come up just like every other chick with a vagina out here and no plan for their life. The baby was the plan, not the end result. It was a means to an end. So let's get over that shit like it was all, I just loved him and I just want to have his child. You just wanted to be taken care of a little bit. You wanted another daddy figure that you could blame. It's okay. So like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. And I'll get onto this next chick with some goddamn daddy issues. Next thing that's happening in life is this colorism shit with Serena Williams. Now, shout out to the angry man for going the fuck in last night on this Serena and this colorism shit, because he hit on some stuff that nobody was talking about. Shout out to Kendra too, because I watched part of Kendra's thing. I didn't get to watch all of it, KD, but I'm coming back to it. Don't even worry about that, because you was already on fire earlier in the day when I was at work listening to this shit. I'm stripping side of a building like, damn, she on point. She on fucking point. All I can do is listen and type every once in a while like, I gotta say something to that. But you was on fire. You was on fire. I even said that shit, I think, on the stream, that you was on fire. You and DS1 was on some shit. So I don't know if y'all drinking the same fire water, but keep drinking that shit. Get yourself a subscription and let Alhambra drop it off regularly. But AM went in last night on Serena with this colorism shit and about her releasing that picture of her bleaching her skin. And I don't think it was a fucking fake. I don't think it was a fake picture. If it was a fake picture, she wouldn't have took the shit down. It was like, oh, they was just playing with Photoshop or whatever. She would have thought of an excuse. It wasn't an excuse. What the fuck she did. Now, when I saw the picture, I think it was BGS that said something about it. I think I left a comment under his thing. I listened to a lot of you guys back to back, so I'm sorry if I'm mixing it up right now. But my question was, why so many JWs, females, always tend to want to go with that lightening their skin shit? Now, it sounds like I'm going specifically at somebody. I'm not, but I am. I am. I ain't talking about Mormons, so my stream shouldn't get shut down. But I noticed that everybody that's in majorly rich in popular culture who is secretly a JW always ends up lightening their goddamn skin. I don't know what the fuck that shit is about. Now, I say this because I got some experience with some JWs. They ain't always been good. And I see that mentality in them. And that's why I made that connection with Serena. When I saw that picture, I was like, oh, so she finally went all the way. Because I may not say, uh-oh, I got Kendra to smile. Uh-oh, I'm on a roll now. Customer. What's going on, man?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, you guys have portfolios for comics?
Portfolios for comics?
Like binders you put comics in?
No, we just have the bags and boards that you put them in boxes, but not binders.
I'm ordering. I get a real nice one from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Comes in a case, you take it out, you put all your books in there in different sheets, and slide it back in the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't sell those.
In there.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
That was a dumbass question. And I think he knew it once he asked it. Made me lose my train of thought on that one. Let me see what Malika said. I'll get back on it. Messing with ratchets and strays is enough to open any sensible man's eyes. Yes, if you have a baby by a ratchet or a strag, if your eyes still closed after that motherfucker, then you was never awake. You might as well just finish out the rest of your life in ignorance, because knowledge is a burden. Knowledge is a burden. It ain't a fun one either, because once you know shit, you can't deal with anything else. And it hurts you. You can look as grizzled and tired in the eyes as I do. Seeing shit, I am unimpressed. Situation two. Okay, Albert did a video on the situation too. Good. So beige films. Malika with the beige girl magic. AM made me laugh. I almost died when he said that shit. Beige girl magic. Oh shit, that was fucked up. That was a good zinger right there. Yeah, no longer black girl magic. It's only beige girls may apply. So getting back to my point on Serena. Now, where I never thought Serena was beautiful as fuck, Serena had a very nice complexion, very nice. And I've told you guys, I date kind of openly. Okay, I have a range. I'm from the Bay Area. I don't be deeply entrenched in just you supposed to just be in this box and just only deal with the chicks in this box. Look, a lot of the chicks in that box wouldn't fuck with me anyway. If I pull my pants up right now, or not pull my pants up, pull my shirt up right now, my pants stay up. I ain't a baller. I don't drive fancy cars. I wear geek shit, and I like geek shit. I'm kind of a science nerd. There's some chicks that like that shit. They ain't always sisters. It's just the way it is. Look, you find your fucking tribe. And for me, I like women who like me. I don't give necessarily a fuck what color they come in, because my family is mixed. I got a lot of different things, shades, and nationalities in my fucking family. So I wasn't raised in that block thinking that you only deal with these people and only deal with these people. I deal with people who want to fuck with me. And if they don't want to fuck with me, I ain't dealing with them. It's just that simple. What's going on, brother?
All right.
If you hear me talking out loud, I'm not necessarily crazy, but I'm live streaming. Okay, that's good. So Serena with her shit, I do love a nice complected black woman. I do. I love that shit like good chocolate. I'm telling you. Love that shit. And making my mouth water thinking about it right now. She had a really good complexion, and I like athletically strong women. You can take it back to Jackie Jordan Kersey or whoever the fuck you want to, but I'm a fan of the Olympics and track and field runners. You know what that's about. Gymnasts, track and field. Swimmers, you can get me all fucking day, okay? I like women with nice legs and a nice, even complexion. I'm serious, it's making my mouth water say that shit. Let me take some drink. So I can mark this shit out. Thinking of chocolate legs. Anyway, what she did to herself was catastrophic. It was. Because no matter how many dark-skinned women keep bleaching themselves like this shit, they don't look any better. They don't. That's one of the reasons Beyonce ain't the finest thing in the world to me. You know why? She look too fucking light. Look, in the Bay Area in California, if you wanted a white girl, you could get you a white girl. If you wanted you a ratchet white girl, you can get you a ratchet white girl. But you don't want a black girl bleaching herself to be white to still be ratchet. It's not what the fuck you want. It makes no fucking sense to even order. You wouldn't order it. It makes no sense. Be what you are. If you dark-skinned, you dark-skinned. If you light-skinned, you light-skinned. But trying to go to this side of the fucking spectrum, for what? You trying to catch they guys? They guys will fuck you. They'll do it. They'll do it on the slide. They ain't marrying you, but they'll do it. Big deal. You might get a few that might marry you. There ain't gonna be no ones climbing the corporate ladder, I can tell you that much. No, boo. That's called a cum rag. So know what you're getting. Seeing her do this to herself was just, oh, it was hurtful to me. It was hurtful because you have to go no further than look at some of her old pictures of what she looked like and say, well, she was a nice looking sister. She was built, she was put together. And now who the fuck is she? Half Chinese and half white? Who the fuck is that? It looks fake. Every time I see somebody who's lighting themselves up this much, I think of John Carpenter's Escape from LA and all those plastic surgery fucked up people that was running around grabbing other people to take their skin so they can fix their plastic surgery. That's what I think of. It looks like a fucking horror show. I'm waiting to see Leatherface come running out the bushes with a chainsaw and shit. She looks ugly as fuck now. And if you thought she was ugly before, Serena, you ugly as fuck now for sure. I'll tell you. Flat out. You might have been all right before. You look ugly as fuck right now. And that's why I asked the question of what's up with JWs with this shit, because the thing I see with women and JW women, they always get the darkest women. They're always like some damn single mother or something like that. They always try to hook them up with some white dude, and that black chick always wants to act like a white girl. If she has the money, she go into the bleaching. If she don't have the money, she has all the attitude. All the attitude. Like they got the Barbie fantasy or some shit going on in their head. I don't get it. Because every successful JW in society, Michael Jackson, Serena, Prince a little bit, all was getting light as fuck. It's like reverse melaninating themselves. How the fuck does that happen? Everybody can't have vitiligo all over their body with no patches. Okay, that's not how that shit works. So I'm really curious of what the fuck is going on there. Because even if you look at pictures of Joe Jackson, he light. And ain't none of them kids ever been light. None of them. Joe Jackson wasn't no light-skinned dude. He was dark as fuck. Look at his seeds. His seeds all came out dark as fuck. But all of them lightened themselves over time. They must have been hiding from the fucking sun or something. I'm dark, if anything. I wish I was darker. Duh. Double C. You see this? This is too light for some people here in California. This is too light for some people here in California. Too light. It's dark as fuck to some white folks that want to keep me out of some shit. Oh, it's dark as fuck. It's dark enough. Right? Paper bag test. It's dark enough. But for some people, it's too light. And I don't even consider myself light-skinned. I'm brown, if anything. So, a little darker? Fuck not. Malika was saying, Flojo, beautiful face, body minus the weave, crazy long fingernails. Yes, Malika, you and me are on the same page right here, bro. Because let me, Malika, let's sip some tea on this shit right here. Let's sip some tea on this right here. I hate weaves. I fucking hate weaves. I hate weaves and wigs. And I'll tell you why. I cannot take a woman seriously telling me to accept me as I am, and she has this fucking weave in her hair. I don't even like extensions. No. Because I'm not a fan of artificial shit. I'm not a fan of artificial anything. Not. You can't say you're a real woman and have all this fake shit on you. Eyes, nails, hair, booty, breath. Come on, man. There ain't a real person among you, apparently. I can't rock with that shit. I can't. So, at least for the extensions and the wigs and shit like that, Gen Xer, I remember some of my old aunties and grannies who had wigs. and you're a little kid and you're fucking around in the house when you're supposed to be outside playing, but you're kind of away, and you sneak into a room and you find that styrofoam head sitting on the dresser and it got a wig on it. You're like, oh shit, thought it was an animal. That's what that shit reminds me of. It's not a place. There is nothing in me. Mother. There is nothing in me that sees a wig on a woman and don't think old bald grandmother. Nothing in me that says that. It's not attractive at all, especially not on no young woman. If your ass ain't 70 and up, you shouldn't have a goddamn wig on. You should be able to naturally grow your fucking hair. You should. And if you spent less time doing the weave, it would actually grow. That's the reverse of fucking progress. So I don't get into that. The other one is the fake nails. I don't do the fake nails. I can't. Closest I can get to fake nails, if you got some thin ones and they're that French manicure. That look cool to me. That other shit, them other wild stop sign colors, like, you look like a creature. Every time I see that shit, I think of witches. Like ugly D&D, living in the gloom and marsh, eating little children, fucking witches with them big, long, bony fingers and them long nails. I can't do it. It freaks me out. I cannot think of somebody with some long, fucked up nails like that, rubbing my body and trying to grab my Johnson & Johnson. No. Ugh. It's creepy. It gives me the willies. Can't do it. So I'm not into all that fake shit. Now, Flojo back in the day was fine as fuck. Flojo was fine as hell to me. I used to run track. I love track and running women. I'm telling you. But minus, like I said, the weave and the long fingernails. Fuck all that shit. You can keep that shit to yourself. Double C says self-induced vitiligo. Yeah, a really even coat of vitiligo. I wonder how that works. They need to get medical science on that shit, because how they getting that nice even coat of that shit is amazing. That means all those other people who got that blotchy shit must have had the Earl Shire vitiligo, where it was flaking in some spots. Lying ass motherfuckers. Mm-mm. And yeah, she did look like one of the Wayans brothers from White Chicks, the uglier version. You making Marlon and Sean look like decent chicks now. That's fucked up. And yeah, Aquateki, them Lady Deathstrike days. Yeah. Not even that. It was like, what was it? Conan? Kroll or something like that? That bitch turned into a witch, was rubbing his body and turned into a witch with them long fingernails. I could have killed you. That's what I think of, an old crone. Like, oh no, that's not sexy at all. Break that shit off. Don't touch me. Ugh. I mean, seriously gives me the fucking willies, dude. But on that, Serena with this colorism shit, it's not colorism. And she has done a blow to that black girl magic shit all day long. And Angry Man was right pointing this shit out, is that the reason they don't want to criticize her fully, because she is always one of the ones they roll up there when they're talking about black girl magic and black girl excellence and all that shit. And you find out that black girl excellence is really black women trying to be white women. I said the same shit about that colors chick from BLM. How the fuck you gonna be Black Lives Matter and you trying to be the woman to a woman trying to be a man, but then you're trying to be a white woman to a white woman trying to be a white man? That don't even make no goddamn sense. You can't sit up there and say Black Lives Matter with a bunch of blonde weave and shit like that in your head. That look crazy as fuck. You look delusional. And probably should be on Kevin's show. Looking for a man. I don't get it. Both of them fucking confused. Her whole life sound confusing. A woman who don't want to be a woman. Another woman who don't want to be a black woman. Mixed nuts is what I call it. A bunch of mixed nuts. How the hell do you wipe that? Malika, that's been the question since the fucking 90s when them long nails came in. How the fuck do you wipe your ass with that shit without having shit in your fingernails? No. That means one of two things. You got shit under your nails or you ain't wiping your goddamn ass with shit. And if you stand close to these people, you'd figure that part out. Part of the title. That's part of my title. AB, if you want to plug your show, drop the link in there. You got a wrench, homeboy. You don't have to sideways do that shit. Just put the link in the chat. You got a wrench for a reason, motherfucker. That's just me. I don't promote my shit on other people's stuff. Say that again for the people in the back. Aquatechie, it's a little past gone for what I said, but they can run that shit back. A replay is available to everyone. And Black Lives Matter, but you still hate straight black men. Yeah. So how does that? If Black Lives Matter so much, why couldn't you find a man to be with? You want a white woman who want to be a white man, but Black Lives Matter to you. Shit. That's why I called this stream The Color of Influnece, because Serena, that chick from Black Lives Matter, Umar, and what people may think of Kevin all day, you know what color they all have in common? Motherfucking green. That's the color of influence. Green is the color of influence. Umar crawled out the goddamn shadows because he felt his influence was slipping. And so he jumped back out there for what? Not for black women and not for black men. For fucking green. Don't tell me any fucking different. That's what he jumped back out there for. And he took a shot at Kevin in the manosphere because Kevin getting some goddamn green right now. It's like everybody else taking a shot at his ass. Serena Williams, all the money she could fucking want. What did she do? Marry some nothing ass white dude and decided to turn herself into Barbie. Because the complexion for the protection? What the fuck was that about? Come on, man. And this colors chick who when Black Lives Matter herself into a bunch of damn money and disappeared and bought some houses and shit like that. Green lives matter. That's what matters. Black lives matter to them getting paid. And as long as you got enough black lives dying, black male lives dying, she can keep getting paid. Black lives matter to her bottom fucking line. Stupid. Dumb shit. So that's what all those people have in common. That's why I call it this stream The Color of Influnece. Because the color of influence is green. It ain't black. It ain't white. Nobody give a fuck about that. I've said it many a times myself in my personal life that this country is not racist. It's like it's green just like everybody else. Because that's the only color that matters here. You either got it or you fucking don't. And if you don't, it damn sure don't give a fuck about you because you can't, then you're not useful. You can't get it for them. Unless you like this colors bitch, you find a way to make your death pay her. So she can buy a couple houses. Black feminists always sound like an oxymoron. Black women already have the white woman wants. Yeah, black feminism is an oxymoron because feminism in and of itself ain't got shit to do with you, black woman. You're getting used just like other black folks are being used forever to help propel white women above their white men. Just so they could still hand the money over to him and be married. Dumb motherfuckers. Stupid. And words are bigger, you're nobody. Yeah. Man, double C. Woo! Woo, double C. God damn. I don't have. Here, I'll use this one. Woo, double C. Yeah. No, wait, I do got something for that. Double C dropped a bomb in this bitch. You are nobody till somebody kills you. You goddamn right. And you ain't valuable to her until your ass is dead. Now she can profit off this shit. She ain't had one baby of yours and ain't on your fucking will. She gonna profit. She gonna make some money off of that shit. A whole goddamn organization movement. Dumb. So anyway, and just to speak to the last point on Serena, and shout out to Angry Man. That juice and shit, you make a strong case, sir. You make a strong goddamn case. Stand up comment. 8 o'clock. You make a strong case, sir. You said that shit, and I was like, oh. Gotta have her ass getting her records looked at if they could prove some shit like that. Because that's exactly what happens to women who take some hormones or muscle enhancements. They get cut, they lose the softness in their features, and they get aggressive. And I would actually second you on saying that that's probably what's wrong with our women, because they've been acting like men for so long that their testosterone is growing. Because you can see it if you look at a black single mother family with a daughter and a son. What do you see happen in that situation? And I can point to this in my own fucking family, my own cousins. I've seen this shit. The mother is really masculine. The daughter is really masculine. The son is really effeminate. It's like those scales shift because they operating in they fucking masculine too goddamn much. And somebody would have to test it to prove it, but I think if you pulled a good little sample of these fucking women aside and tested their fucking testosterone and estrogen levels, or just in the family, you probably see something interesting. Probably would. As long as they didn't know what you were testing for. Probably see some shit. You probably see some elevated levels of testosterone in some of these women. These strong, independent women and can do it all myself, but I need your child support. I bet you can see some elevated levels of that shit. And on a side note, that was the other video I watched. I watched Dennis Sperling on, was it Fox or whatever, with Tammy, whoever the fuck her ass is, whatever. But Dennis Sperling had an interview with Umar. I'm forgetting the other two brothers' names, but they were all on there talking about child support and this child support system on the males. And it was a pretty decent interview, even though the chick Tommy kept cutting them off when they were making good points. She was cutting them off. Oh, we got to go to a break. I said, no, you need a breather because you didn't understand what the fuck was happening to you or what was being said. And you want to slow that train down. But one of the things he said was about these women being very masculine and these children, that these women still want these child support and they want to keep blaming everything on the men, that these men aren't up to raising these kids and stuff like that. And the question was asked, then shouldn't you not be having babies by broke dudes? Because me and my buddies talked about this before. And let me rephrase. The question was asked that wasn't this guy broke when you were sleeping with him? Wasn't he broke before you had the baby? And if that was the case, why did you decide to have a baby by a broke dude? Valid question. But nobody wants to answer that because it shifts accountability back onto the woman for her womb and her body, right? Okay. The thing me and my boys had talked about before was that there is no way a woman can say she's strong and independent, single mother, and still need child support to keep her fucking house. No way in hell. Can't be. Because if you need child support, that means you need a goddamn man. Because otherwise, women who don't need a man don't get child support. And they don't bitch about it either. Now, I can say this for myself. My mother never got child support. And she got 2 kids by 2 separate men. Never took child support from them at all. Now, be that as it may, my mother is pretty goddamn stubborn. Pretty hard to deal with at times, especially in her younger years. And because she was so stubborn, she didn't want to have to listen to no goddamn thing. She's a child of a boomer. So she got her job, she got her career, and got all that stuff. And still, at this age, which is 15 years older than me, ain't got no husband. Ain't never gonna have no husband. But she do got some weak dudes she can talk shit to. Never dated a guy on her level. Never. Never dated a guy above her because she would be subject to her rules and she don't want to do that shit. No, she don't want to do that shit. She ain't having it. But she also took no child support from the two broke men that she had babies by. One was a career criminal, and one was my daddy, who was, I don't know, a career fuck up, whatever. I don't know. That was not the conversation around the dinner table. So the idea became from that, talking with my friends, is that, well, if you need child support to survive, then you actually do need a man. And you can't say that you're independent, because independent would mean you don't need that child support. Because one of the things my mother told me was that child support ain't gonna make him be a father. It's not. He's gonna be a father if he wants to be a father. But money ain't gonna make him be a father. He's just gonna make him be a fucking check. So all of this goofy shit comes back around to being, you got to be somewhere responsible. You got to take some of this responsibility. Stop driving these men away. And I will hear, because still out here dealing with modern women, have enough friends who talk the same dumb shit for the last 20 years, and now that their son is going to go away and try to live his life, what am I going to do? And I'm going to lose this support. I'm going to lose that. I'm like, that was your plan for life? Having this motherfucker up under your titties the whole time so you can have cheap rent and stuff like that? I mean, get out here and grow up with the rest of us. Jesus fucking Christ. And I don't say Jesus like SUSEEZ. Or I did it by myself. I don't need no help. But Section 8 child support, alimony, food stamps, utility assistance. Yeah. Yeah, double C. That's exactly it. You can't say you don't need no man and you need all these services and I did it by myself. You ain't did shit by yourself. And that's why I don't give them that out. And it makes me seem like a heretic and a son of a bitch, but I could be either of those. I don't give a fuck. They're just words and names. Don't mean shit to me. But what you're not going to tell me is you fucking independent. You're not. You ain't strong. You're weak as fuck. Because you take that kid away, you take that support away, and you can't pay your light bill, and you can't stay in a goddamn house, then you weak shit. You ain't out here pushing like all the other grown-ass fucking adults got to do it. I get no benefits from anywhere and still have to live. None. And if you can't do it like I'm doing it and pay the same full price that I'm paying for shit, then you weak as fuck. Can't even really respect you. Can't. That's not a hustle. I mean, it is. You hustling the system and hustling some dude who had the dumbass sense to fucking shoot up the club in your ass one time, but he paying for that shit too. Everybody paying for you. You ain't strong as nothing. Can't depend on you for shit. But bitching. So that was the last piece I wanted to say on that child support shit. That was a good stream. If you ever listen to Dennis Sperling, go back and watch that stream. You can hear Umar on there trying to defend some of this shit. Because he got to one point, it's like, nigga, you really just in the panty camp. You just really trying to make sure they don't hate your ass. I don't think anybody ever told his ass that if they hate you, you actually can get more pussy. Pro-black or not. Because then they can't help but give it to you. Because you're so different. And he was calling the manosphere blue. Shit. I like your balls. Child support only helps you maintain a child. In order to raise a child, you need a parental coalition of responsible men and women. Yes, Malika. Child support. Here's the thing. Here's the funny part about child support that motherfuckers don't know. If you don't file it on yourself, which you should do early, if you don't file it on yourself and you're having to pay child support to a woman for a child, That's it. You don't got to do shit else. You ain't got to see that motherfucking kid. You ain't got to talk to her. You ain't got to give them no money for the field trip. You ain't got to buy them no school clothes. You don't have to do none of that shit. She took that amount of money for you being there raising that child. That's it. That's all. That's all you fucking get. So if you had to get drug into court and the court said he pays you $1,000 a month and gets these days to see the child, that's all the fuck she get. That's it. You done. You don't have to give her shit else. You can tell her to suck your dick from behind. She don't get nothing else. She get $1,000. And you see your kid on those days, and that's the end of it. You ain't got to talk to her about a goddamn thing. So one of the things that they said in Dennis's stream that I agree with is that you should, in some ways, want to go to court. If you can't work it out between the two of you, if you can't work it out between the two of you, then get it settled in the court. And then just stick to that. Because now she has to abide by that shit just like you do. If she keep calling you about some extra goddamn money, you can tell her like Ice Cube said, get it out your ass, bitch. I'm paying for this one nut I shot in you. Why don't you go find another dude? You good for $1,000. That's it. You in, you out, and you done. That's it. That's all she get. She don't get shit else. Anything else you want to do for your kid, you do for your kid when your kid is with you. It don't have to go through her, and she don't have to get it. So if you went and bought your kid a whole new bedroom set, took him on a trip to Hawaii and all the rest of that shit, and she's sitting over there pissed off and mad, I want to go to Hawaii. You only gave me $1,000. Well, you better make it work, motherfucker. You took me to court. That's what they told me to give you. That's what you getting. That's all you getting. I'm not giving you shit else. So that $1,000 better make sure my kid is fed, clothed, and taken to school. That shit's not happening. I'm taking your ass back to court and I'm taking it. Because you ain't fit. You not strong enough to handle that single parent deal. But I'm handling it over here. Yeah, that grinds my gears. Wrong. Sorry about that, Malika. That was the wrong one. Double C said, I have physical disability, but I still have to go out and get. I see others have nothing wrong with them, but get all the assistance. Man, Double C, my homeboy, Ron, hallowed be his name in this shop. My homeboy, Ron Bundrum, that's what he had to do. That motherfucker was in a wheelchair, working 12, 16-hour days, dialyzing 3 times a week. All the shit that he'd done, he wasn't getting assistance for shit. He wouldn't even take assistance getting into his fucking vehicle with his wheelchair. He'd do it himself. He didn't have no robotic fucking lift and shit like that. No. He'd climb in the back and pick that bitch up and put his wheelchair in the back and crawl to the front and drive his fucking car and work like a regular person. No assistance whatsoever. I don't want to hear that shit. Motherfuckers get too much goddamn assistance. That's why they sitting up here and talk all this dumb shit and then still be worried about, but why is this somebody doing for me? Because you spoiled, you little bitch. Damn. Yeah, it grinds my gears too, Double C. That's why I go in on it. And some women don't like hearing that shit. And to most of them, I say, I don't give a shit. It is what it is. You ain't dealing with the system. People like me are. So, no, I'm not in favor of motherfuckers running down to the courthouse and having these kids. Shouldn't be having no baby by the motherfucker who can't afford it anyway. And if you're 20 goddamn years old, fucking around and thinking he gonna be the one to take care of your child, he's not. He's 20 goddamn years old. He ain't even making no money yet. Goofy ass. That's somebody looking for a benefit plan for themselves because they ain't making shit. Best believe some young chick having a baby by some dude talking about the dude is broke. Her ass broke too. Otherwise, she wouldn't be trying to have a baby to come up. Stupid. So everybody, if you want to see AB's Media's video on Serena, there's a link in the chat. So definitely go over and subscribe to AB Media. AB be making me laugh sometimes with this shit. Because he be going off. But anyway, that's it for the YouTube and life stuff. let me run down briefly this geek stuff because there wasn't a lot of geek stuff because the shit was populating. But I'll run through it real quick and then I will end the stream so I can actually get some lunch because although I had a good big breakfast, I'm fucking hungry and I need to take something for my fucking arm. So like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. And we will get into some geek shit. All right, so the geekiest of the geekiest. What do we get? The Loki trailer came out, right? And opened kind of cold with Tom Hiddleston breaking into the trailer on what looked like it might have been a standard Marvel trailer, and then he just broke in and came in. Now, one of the things I forgot about this week that the Loki trailer reminded me of is that The Bad Batch had come out last week. Star Wars: The Bad Batch, and I was looking forward to that, and I forgot which day it came. So the Loki is coming after this Bad Batch finishes up. One of the things that Disney is trying to do is kind of stagger these Marvel and Star Wars drops so they don't drop at the same time, so they don't have to split the audience. And that's all well and good. I'll watch the Star Wars Bad Batch, and right after that's over, get to June and roll right into what is Black Widow or Loki. And I'm good with that. I'm looking forward to the Loki show because it's looking like it's going to be good. It's the only Disney Plus show that Marvel has put out that has already been approved for the second season. Now, I don't know if that's because it's really just that good that they feel that strongly about it, or it's just because Tom Hiddleston is available and he's willing to do another one right off the bat. I don't know. That might be it altogether, and not that it's a extra awesome fucking show. But I am looking forward to it. I am looking to see Loki going after different versions of himself to try to fix the damn timeline, and I'm looking for some funny gags and some other ways, other areas of the Marvel universe that you haven't seen. I like this whole interdimensional travel idea. It's kind of like time travel without running back and forth in time. You just pop it into a different dimension, and that dimension could be backwards in time or forwards in time. You don't know. It's like Doctor Who to me. And if you ever watch Doctor Who, I'm a Whovian. I like Doctor Who. I've liked Doctor Who since Tom Baker, back when I was watching it in the early 80s and late 70s, since I first got on it. I like Doctor Who. So dimensional time travel, I'm there. I get it. I understand how it works. My brain doesn't get all squeamish and hurting a little bit because I'm thinking about that shit. I want to see that. And I want to see multiple versions of Loki. Got a customer with a little kid. Hello. Hey, sweetie. All right. You can come in, but your dad can't. He has to stay outside. I'm messing with you.
She would.
She would. That's not good. Don't leave your dad.
Oh, My Little Pony.
Yeah, there's pony comics. So if you guys hear me talking out loud, I'm just live streaming. So
Oh, sorry.
no, that's fine. You don't have to apologize for it. I just won't use any profanity because she's here.
You can use your fan.
Yeah, but that's your kid. You ruin it how you want to. It's not my job to ruin your kids. You ruin your kid how you want it. Makes it easier for you to deal with. Did that with my kids. So, looking forward to Loki. It's coming out next month. It should be good. And I want to see the tie-in. One of the things I'm more interested in about the show is I want to see the tie-in to Kang and Ant-Man and Quantumania, because the leader of this Timekeepers crew, and I'm forgetting her name, Amun Batan Ra or something like that, she's supposed to be connected to Kang the Conqueror, who was the ex-time traveler too, right? I want to see how that connects with him, how they kind of lead into bringing him in. That's going to be interesting to me outside of, or in addition to Loki going and seeing these other versions of Loki, because I'm looking forward to seeing young Loki, President Loki, female Loki, and classic old man Loki. That's the one I'm looking forward to see because they're not talking about him in the trailers and stuff like that. And I've already seen the cast list and whatnot, and know they're doing him, and he's in there. I want to see that old Loki. Old classic Loki is going to be fun. And the actor that they have playing him was already in a Star Wars movie. And if I'm right, if I remember correctly, he's the guy, I'm forgetting his name, but he was the guy who was with General Hux and was over General Hux when General Hux got killed. He was there. He's the one playing old Loki. I want to see that old Loki because old Loki is going to be grizzled. Old Loki got to be grizzled and bitter. That's going to be fun for that guy. I've seen that guy play dark characters and kind of twisted dark characters, and that's going to be fun for me. I want to see him get into playing Loki, so that should be more fun. Second thing out the gate is Bad Batch. So you like those Power Director effects? Yeah, I like Power Director, AB. I do. I like it on my phone. Like they got some new effects on there, but you haven't seen a new video that I've dropped because I haven't finished the fucking Mortal Kombat video. So, but when you see the Mortal Kombat video, you'll see that there's new effects in there. But yeah, even on the desktop, it's good if you get used to doing it that way. I'm just used to using my phone to do it. Okay. Yeah, Malika, the guy who's playing Kane is what's his name? Brock Majors or something like that. Like a porn star name. So he was in The Last Man in San Francisco, and he's I forget the name of his character in what is it? What's his name? Country on HBO. Fucking God, I'm drawing a blank. I haven't had any coffee today either. Forgetting the show. I just had an old man moment. I just had a senior moment. Jesus Christ. It's like it's right there and I can't pull it out of my fucking head. Lovecraft Country. Ooh, that took a minute. Lovecraft. He's in Lovecraft Country. It's that guy. He's the one playing Kang in Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania. So that's just another lead into Young Avengers in a sense, because you got Cassie Lang there, who becomes a superhero in the comic books. You got Ant-Man, you got Wasp, and then you got Kang. So that's another member of the Young Avengers, in a sense, showing up in there. So have to see that. So other on the slate is the Bad Batch. Okay. I forgot the Bad Batch came out last week. I did. I totally forgot that shit. I was still thinking I had another week or something like that, that it was supposed to be, the first episode was supposed to be this week. And the first episode came out last week when I was watching Marvel Assemble. So first episode is an hour and something, which is 2 episodes. And this week was episode 2, which was 30 minutes. So I started watching part of episode 1. I have to finish it today with lead up to who the Bad Batch is, why they're called the Bad Batch, what they're doing. And it picks up, the story picks up right like moments before Order 66 goes out. And you see what happens from there. And that's about as far as I've gotten to the first episode, where they're splitting up. And Hunter, the leader of this clone troop 99, has let the Padawan get away. His master has been killed. Master was killed. But the Padawan, he let him get away because some of these clones in the Bad Batch don't respond to Order 66. They don't. But they're around a bunch of other clone soldiers that did. So he's kind of playing off the fact that he let this Jedi Padawan escape, even though the order is out to eliminate all Jedis because they're traitors. So that's where I stopped in the story, and that's where I want to see where it goes next from there, because that got me. That part of the story got me. Um, I'm liking the lineup of the team. I thought that these characters showed up earlier in the Clone Wars series, but they didn't. They didn't show up till season 7. Thank you, Ford, for telling me that. I thought I was missing in the first season. I could have kept watching the first season and just blown all the way through the rest of the Clone Wars stuff. But be that as it may, they don't show up to number 7, so I got some time before I see them in Clone Wars so I can enjoy the show for what it is, because they do a good job of giving a good enough primer in the beginning to who they are and introducing these characters that it just goes on from there, and it's in the same animation style as Clone Wars. So visually, it's not a transition for your eyes. It's not like getting used to different art style. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I'll probably watch it on the way out to my mother's tonight and be able to talk about it again next week when I've seen 3 episodes of this show. Beyond that, we got Batman. Excuse me. The Matt Reeves Batman movie came out with another trailer this week. And it's just a trailer highlighting Zoe Kravitz as being Catwoman. And one of the more interesting things that came out of it was Matt Reeves, or seeing Matt Reeves talking about how the characters in this movie are not year 1 characters. They're like year 2 characters, where Batman is operating in the sense that he's been Batman for maybe a year or so. So he's in his 2nd year of doing it. And these characters, his villains that are surrounding him, are in that phase too. They're in that, haven't been established that long. Yeah, they look like this, but they're not really calling themselves that yet. So it's like a discovering of the villains at the same time you're discovering the character of Batman as well, which can be kind of fun. Can be kind of fun. Curious about this movie. I will still clown on Glitterbat all day, but I will hold to saying that this could be a big moment for Robert Pattinson to break himself out of that Twilight vegetarian vampire BS and actually be taken really serious again, because he did a good role in Tenet. He was good in Tenet. I believed him in Tenet. But this could break him out of that mold of being these fictional characters and not having the shadow of a Twilight still on his face. So it might help get him out of there. It could be a big moment for him, for people to just look at him completely different. Oh shit! So we'll see what happens with that. The trailer. I will say this, just to go towards that colorism point. The interview part that they showed with Zoe Kravitz, she looked real fucking white right. She's looking real pale right now. And that's after Serena, and then seeing that picture of Zoe Kravitz, like what? Y'all using the same makeup? She got vitiligo too. She got the even tone vitiligo, just like Serena. I don't know what the hell is going on with these stars. I don't know what's going on with these female stars. I don't see a bunch of men running around slathering their face up and trying to get whiter. You know, suit or not, they ain't trying to get whiter. They just like, accept me for me. We're in this. But she's looking real white. I like Zoe Kravitz. She's cute, but that picture that they were showing of her with that interview, it's like she was looking real white face makeup. The only thing was missing was the white powdered wig, like she's sitting, you know, on British Parliament or something. Like, yo, all together now. Let's sign this decree. She's looking real powder faced. So that was bothering me. And then what was the next one? Next one was Stranger Things season 4 trailer came out with Millie Bobby Brown. And I didn't watch that trailer at all. I've kind of lost sight of Stranger Things. I think after season 2 or 3, I wasn't watching it as closely because the novelty is there with the 80s kids and stuff like that, because I'm an 80s. I was born in the 70s. I'm an 80s baby, right? Okay, but I think it's kind of played itself already. They should have ended it at like 3rd season. It's like fun to go back, but not dark on Netflix, Dark was a better show. It was deeper and more twists and turns in it. It's only had 2 seasons. And I found Dark by watching Stranger Things on Netflix, and I love Dark. Dark is a twisted show. It's German. It's dubbed from German, and if you watch that, you'll get into it, but it's twisted. It's time travel and murder and all kind of weird shit going on in there. It's like, damn, it's creepier in German. So, Stranger Things, I just kind of fell off with. I'll watch it eventually, but I'm not rushing to watch it like I'm not rushing to watch Witcher. Witcher's coming out, season 2 is coming out. Ooh, I never played the game, I never read the book. I really don't give a shit. I like Henry Cavill, so I'm pretty much watching it for him, and it's in the fantasy realm, which minus Game of Thrones rewatches, I'll slide The Witcher in there. I dig my fantasy sometimes. Swords. But swords are cool. Robert Pattinson was good in Lighthouse and Good Times. Those flicks showed his range as a good actor. I didn't see The Lighthouse or Good Times, and I don't doubt Robert Pattinson as an actor. I give him shit for the Twilight movies, but only a little bit because it's just fun. It's like teasing 49ers fans about them being whiners. Do I actually give a shit? No. But it's just fun to tease them because they take that shit so personal. It's so personal to me. Like they're not the biggest bandwagon riders ever. So it's just fun for me to tease them about it. But as bad as you can say the Twilight movies are, what do they have in it? Vampires. Love vampire movies. I've seen a lot of vampire movies, which means I've seen all of these Twilight movies because I dig vampire movies. So I had to watch this one to see what it was about. So if I tell you it was crap, I know because I watched them all. It's kind of crap. You know. And AB Media, no, I've never played a Witcher game. Never. Heard about it, never played it. Just wasn't something I was playing. I play RPGs most of the time, and I don't chase the trend. I don't chase the trends. I don't. I play stuff that I like and I get into. Other than that, I'm not playing it. I don't follow the trends that hard. So, in about 2 hours. With that, that is it for my geek stuff. I'm going to keep it to 2 and out. I'm not going to open up the stream today or open up the chat today so we can actually go back and forth with this. Sorry about that. But I just wanted to get this recorded for you guys to give you some type of show so you would have something even though it's happening on a different day. I was in the shop today, so I can do it today. Apologies for the music not working out the way I wanted to, so you can't hear the cool stuff that I had planned to play for you guys on the way out because I was feeling my gangster this week. I was riding around yesterday. If you guys are on my Instagram, checking it out. You saw me riding around with the top down. It was a nice day in the Bay, and I was enjoying it. I drove all the way around the Bay. Golden Gate, Bay Bridge, San Francisco Bridge, Carquinez, Richmond. I was everywhere and enjoying it. It's so much so that I think I got a little dehydrated because I had a headache this morning and my muscles was hurting. So probably hurt myself. But consequences. Deal with the consequences. Consequences of having a sunny day in California with sunroof and being bald. I was sucking up my melanin. Wife tells me she will divorce me because I don't like The Witcher. She ain't divorcing you because she don't like The Witcher. That's funny though that I don't mind geek couples. I do like geek couples being together. That's more fun. I've never really had a geek. I've had close playing like geeks, but no geek women, which is weird. Because I like some geek chicks. There's some geek chicks I like, but we don't connect like that. Just don't. Could be fun. And nowadays they make them cuter. They're just really young. No bedrock booty bounce today. Oh, right. let me check and see if anybody. I only got my one phone today, so I wasn't checking the cash to the app. Did anybody actually donate? Let me see. Excuse me. Oh, I got a couple. Let's see. Well, I did get a couple cash apps. So let's get Wilma up there. Let me get that. I did do a no bedrock booty bounce video. I made it a GIF. I just haven't put it up yet on here, but it's a GIF that I have to play for the booty bounce. But shout out to Aquatechie. Yeah. Let it go. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, where are we at? So shout out to Aquatechie. No one.
That's their phone.
BJ Onyx. Hey, what's going on? Just 3. So you're too short again this week. I need to start going hard like Angry Man on y'all. I'm just cussing you out, not sporting strength. How you folks doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. If you hear me talking, I'm live streaming. I'm not crazy, or at least not crazy in that way. Come on, comics. So I'm going to thank you guys for coming in today. Thank you for the cash apps. I know it's a different day, so I still appreciate it nonetheless. That is coffee money. And as you saw, with my brain fart, I might need a caffeine re-injection today. She smelled good. Geeks coming to comic shop. Smelling delicious. Yeah. So Malika, you got your bedrock booty bounce, bro. And when I put the video up with the new one, I'm making it with you in mind, Malika. So you'll probably like it. I'm making it with you in mind. Just know that. Hopefully, I didn't accidentally delete it when I deleted some other thing. But I was working on a thing for the new Cash App screen. So when I click it, it just plays. But you'll see. You'll see. You'll see. I got time. I just got on a new job this week. They called me on a Wednesday for a new job. I went out there and the dudes want to keep me for the next couple of weeks because they've never had anybody experienced on the job. And they're doing a somewhat high-end remodel on a house in Sausalito. So if you saw Instagram, you saw the pictures I took from the roof of that place and what I'm looking at. And they remodeling that whole house. Termites had their way with that house. I don't know how that house still standing, all the termite damage. So we remodeling it, and I know how to do all this stuff, so they're gonna keep me, so I'll be there. Oh, you're welcome, Malika. No worries. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, you guys. It's 2 and out. Enjoy your Mother's Day tomorrow, and if you don't have your mother like AB and my brother Artie Igmore, condolences to your brothers, but you know, shout out, pour out a little liquor for mama, and appreciate her liking your daddy that day and you getting shot up in the club. So thank you guys for coming through, and I will see you all next time. I didn't even do my intro. Dumb shit. Anyway, peace, y'all.